My name's Anthony Bursick. I am a 20-year-old fitness coach, and today we're going to be doing a little talking about, do diet plans work, or meal plans, whatever you want to call it, do they work and are they suitable for you? So before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 20 years old, fitness coach. I got into the gym 5 years ago, started training people 2 years ago, and I started because I was skinny fat, I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was really insecure with who I was as a man. Like, I had no confidence, and I had no sense of identity. And because of that, I started going to the gym, I developed confidence, a sense of identity. I became a new man. In all honesty, I became a new man, a confident man, and I was able to transform every aspect of my life. So now, I realized that I can do the same thing for other people, which is why I started doing fitness coaching and I started helping other people. So now that you know a little bit about me, let's get right into the video. The ultimate question, do meal plans or diet works? I get asked this all the time, and you know what? Technically, yeah, they work, but there's some things that you should keep in mind if you're thinking about following a meal plan or a diet. Like, for starters, they aren't ideal for busy lifestyles, okay? If you're someone who works, an intense 10-hour job or even a 9 to 5, odds are it's going to be hard for you to be able to actually follow a diet or a meal plan throughout the whole day, make sure everything's cooked in advance. It's a lot. It takes a lot of time, right? So with that being said, odds are you don't have the time to stick to it. You're too busy for it, okay? You want to go out on the weekends, your meal plan isn't going to fit into you wanting to get dinner with the guys, or you want to get drinks with the guys. That meal plan, it's not going to work with it. And the other thing too is you don't learn anything about calories or macros, which, you should actually be learning about this stuff so in the future you don't have to follow the meal plan, because in reality you shouldn't be following a meal plan for the rest of your life. That's just stupid and unrealistic, okay? You need to learn about this stuff so you can actually be able to go adjust on the fly, which a lot of people can't do who follow meal plans. But obviously, I said yes, meal plans are ideal. So when is that the case scenario? Well, that's the case scenario when you're either doing bodybuilding, because obviously you're trying to get as lean as possible, right? Like, if you're bodybuilding, you need to be on a meal plan. There's no other way of getting around that. You're getting on stage, you need a meal plan. Like, everyone does it. If you're looking to build more discipline, if you're someone who struggles with discipline a lot, okay, then you know what? A meal plan might be the thing for you. If you're trying to become stronger minded, yeah, following a meal plan, sticking with it, it's going to build discipline. So if that's the case, yeah, it's going to be ideal for you. And if you have lots of time, if you are someone who, works like a remote job or not many hours, okay, then yeah, you could make that work. But still keep in mind, you're not going to learn much about calories or macros, because when it comes to bodybuilding, odds are they already know about it, okay? When it comes to the discipline, the odds are you don't know much about it, but I get it. You need to build discipline. You're not strong-minded, so that's your priority at the moment, which makes sense. But when it comes to you have the time, sure, you might spend the time to actually learn about macros and calories, but odds are you're going to be too lazy to do that because you're already following the meal plan. So, with all this being said, let's go over here. What should you do instead? Track your calories and macros. Okay? It's super easy. This way you can adjust on the fly, and you want to go out for dinner, you can go out for dinner. Nothing's stopping you. Okay? You are actually possible and able to do this. Well, how do I do that, Anthony? How do I track my calories and macros? It's pretty simple. So the first thing you're going to do is install a calorie tracker, okay? Download MyFitnessPal. Pretty simple, okay? Download MyFitnessPal. It'll be good. Has everything you need on there, okay? But the other thing you need to keep in mind too is because, sure, lots of things have nutrition facts, barcodes that you can scan to get the actual calories and everything and the macros, but you get a piece of chicken, you're not just going to estimate that, because if you estimate it, odds are you're going to be wrong, especially if you're not used to doing this on a consistent basis. You're going to be wrong whenever you're just trying to guess it. Only people who can actually guess it to a degree are like people who've been doing this for a long time now. So you're going to buy a food scale, okay? You're going to weigh out your food. It may be a little annoying, but you're going to get used to it, and you're going to actually see long-term results from this. You're going to gain knowledge too with it as well. Come on, who doesn't want to learn something every now and then? So how do you know how many calories you should be eating at? It's a very good question. So you're going to go to caloriecalculator.net. I put the website right here. I'm going to click into it and input everything just so you know how to find your maintenance calories, your calorie deficit number, and your calorie surplus number. So obviously, once you get to this website, caloriecalculator.net or calculator.net, you're going to put it, it's going to usually start you off in metric units. I mean, if you know your height in centimeters and kg, go ahead. If not, go to US units. So I'm going to put my information in. So therefore, you can see I know what I'm eating at. So I am 6'1". I am currently 221. Muscle. And then all you're going to do is activity level. So I'm going to put moderate. I don't overestimate how active I am because I don't think that's a good idea, because then the calorie number adjusts quite a good amount based off this. So I'd say I'm moderate, exercise 4 to 5 times a week. In reality, I exercise every day, but where it's actually intense heart rate, that's 4 to 5 times a week, I'd say. So you hit calculate, and just like that, maintenance weight. So if I want to maintain, stay at the same weight, I eat 3,027 calories. I want to lose 0.5 pounds a week, 2,700. 1 pound a week, 25. Extreme, 2,000. If you're trying to keep muscle, don't be going to the extreme. Honestly, if you're trying to keep muscle, do the 27, maybe even 26 if you're feeling like it. But if you're trying to keep as much muscle as possible, do the 2,700. If you're just trying to lose weight decently quick but keep muscle, the 1 pound a week to 2,500, that'll be ideal for you. So also, if you hit this button right here, if you're trying to gain muscle, you hit this and boom, tells you the numbers to gain weight at the same time. So just like that, you're able to find out how much you're supposed to be eating, which now that you know this, there's no reason that you can't download a calorie app like MyFitnessPal. That's the best one you could possibly get. Get a food scale, and just like that, you're able to track your food. And odds are, you're paying for these meal plans, right? You're paying for these meal plans, these diet plans. So why wouldn't you just pay for a food scale instead and the premium on a calorie tracker app? If you decide to get the premium, you don't need it, but for some people it makes life a little easier. Why wouldn't you just pay for that instead of paying for diet plan after diet plan after diet plan after diet plan? And this you can actually enjoy your life still with. So because I did this switch, I was able to actually still go out with my friends, still go out for dinners, drinks, whatever it is I want to do. I was able to adjust on the fly, especially because I have a busy lifestyle. And most importantly, I stayed more consistent than ever because I was able to adjust on the fly. I ended up losing 50 pounds because I switched from following a diet to tracking my calories. Just like that, I was able to make that huge change of 50 pounds. So now that you know this, unless, like I said before, unless, you got lots of time or you're trying to build discipline or you're doing a bodybuilding show, you're on prep, realistically, you should just be tracking your calories. Stay away from the diets, stay away from the meal plans, and you're going to be a happier person and you're going to have more consistent results.